Today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report, we'll preview the Tigers' appearance in the NCAA tournament. Get ready, fans. The Tiger Lacrosse Report starts right now. Hello again, fans, and welcome to the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum. CAA tournament in the books. We're on to the NCAA tournament. Tigers earning a number 7 national seed, and will play the winner of the Wagner-Mercer game, and we'll talk about the rest of the tournament here today. As always, I'm joined by head coach Sonia LaMonica. Coach, so first CAA tournament, victory over Elon, tough loss against JMU. Yeah. It was the Elon game, you know, they pushed you a little bit. You guys were able to keep them at bay. And how do you feel your team responded from that game and then headed into the championship game?
Yeah, look, Elon gave a great battle. I feel like we've got a great rivalry with that team. And yeah, we had to really gut out a win there. But, you know, we showed the resilience as we've done before. And, you know, sometimes I think those games help prepare you better for the following. But, you know, the championship game, obviously, you know, JMU was just outstanding. I thought they were just at another level and played really tough and executed so well and gave us a lot of problems. Gave us a lot of problems that we just never fully adjusted from. We had a great run of momentum where you could feel, you know, the energy in that comeback, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. So yeah, we've gone back to, you know, assessing what we've got to do to be better. But you know, we have the silver lining now and excited, really excited for another opportunity to continue to compete.
Heading into the CAA tournament, if you had asked me who I would have thought would have been on the all-tournament team, you know, you mentioned your Contis, your Salmontes, but I think a name nobody was maybe thinking of was Rachel Mills.
Exactly.
And Rachel Mills played outstanding, particularly in that JMU game, holding down the draw control.
She has just been the ultimate team player. She's so selfless, and by that I mean just the way that she will do anything to help the team. Helping a teammate, pumping them up in the same position, you know, that, you know, any other player could say, I want to take that spot and focus on themselves. Rachel is pumping up her teammate and trying to help make them better. You know, when it comes to a lot of other things, she's just so selfless and such an incredible team player. So she's been a great role model for her teammates. And in terms of her play, she's just such a superior athlete, and it's great to see her having success on the draws, and she really made a difference for us out there and coming up with 6 for on herself. And yeah, that was definitely a bit of an energizer for our sideline. I know she's got a lot of respect from her teammates, and it's exciting to have seen her get some recognition in the tournament there.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, this team is so tight, and I think people were more happy that Rachel got it because, like I said, I don't think anyone expected her to. And speaking of recognition, last night, real quick, just deviating from tournament, Golden Paws Banquet Award. Yeah. Caitlin Thornton, Female Rookie Athlete of the Year, and that's an award now you guys have gone back-to-back with Olivia Conti winning it last year, and now Caitlin Thornton, and I mean, anyone could have seen that coming.
Yeah, I think so. You know, Caitlin has sort of bounced back from a bit of injury here some games prior, and she's doing an outstanding job. She's continuing to battle, and she's tough. And yeah, she had, you know, she had a significant impact on Sunday's game. So yeah, you know, again, another freshman that's coming in and, you know, making noise for our program is exciting for the future. So she's got a fun career ahead of her, but we're not done with this season just yet, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. So NCAA tournament, May 11th, May 13th here inside Johnny Unitas Stadium. There was some questions whether or not we would be hosting it first, coming out of the CAA tournament. But we're hosting quite a few games, and you got that 7 seed, so you're going to play. You don't know who you're going to play yet. You're either playing
Mercer,
Wagner, or the Michelle Gilday, assistant coach of Mercer. So how do you kind of prepare for that when you get the quote-unquote weaker teams because you're getting that play-in game, but
Right.
how do you prepare, because you don't know which one you're going to see yet?
Yeah, we have to continue focusing on how we can be better, and certainly from last game, there are areas that we've got to do a better job. Our man-up situations would be one of them. We've got to execute our man-up. That's where I felt like we lost some of that momentum that we were bringing back, and really that was just sort of a bit of focus, unforced errors, and we've got to clean that up. I believe that no matter who we see on Friday, if we can step out and we can clean those things up and be ready to play our best, to show up, that's what it's about at tournament time, right? Teams either, you just don't know who's going to show up, who isn't going to show up, and we just can't afford to take any chances on anybody. So we will be prepared, and mostly it will be on us executing how we need to. I feel like this past loss here may be a blessing in disguise, help light the fire under, our team, and be ready to step out and compete, whoever it is. It doesn't matter.
And then on the other side, the winner of your game will play the winner of Northwestern Richmond, which would also be a great game. That game
Yes.
also being played inside Johnny Unitas Stadium.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your draw overall?
Yeah.
With you have the play-in game, and then Northwestern and Richmond, and then winner of that plays North Carolina. How do you feel about just kind of your path there?
I think it's a great path. I think that we earned it, and I think we had a strong resume. I felt confident going into the selection show about potential hosting, just sort of knowing the numbers and knowing how things can break down. But I certainly think that 7th seed is just fantastic. I think that's the highest we've ever been seeded for our program ever. So that in itself is a great milestone. And seeing a playing game for our first game, as much as those top 6 get a bye, we get a chance to get out and get better. And I think that's going to help us if we can be successful on Friday to then transfer that into Sunday's game against, potentially 2 great teams.
You mentioned earlier that previous loss lighting a fire. This is now a situation for your seniors, a very successful senior class, that any game could be their last collegiate game.
Yeah.
How do you use that as momentum, not just or motivation for not just the seniors, but for the team to make sure that the seniors don't go out on an early note?
Yeah, tournament time's it's another animal to season because, as we all know, you got to win to move on, and I think that what becomes paramount is prioritizing and focus. It's a tough time of year with academics and, the pressures of getting some work done with finals approaching. So, these players are juggling some of that, and can be easy to cloud the mind. But what will be super important for us is that we are prioritizing. When we are in lacrosse mode, we have to have clear mind and be ready to execute. I say that word a lot, I know, execute, but that's really what it comes down to. And just the little things, limiting our errors, making sure that, we are prepared and focused, and we know what we're doing. And, that's where our leadership comes in, and making sure that, they're first of all walking the talk, and that they're holding their teammates accountable. So it's another switch in terms of the level of focus that we're going to need, and we're going to be picking that up this week as we prepare, and making sure that our team is really, really dialed in, and our leaders are ready to step up out on the field, and the team is ready to be supportive and play tough as a team. And it's always a little extra motivation knowing that, you got to win to move on. So I know this senior class speaks highly of this season in general over the course of their career, that this has been one of the best teams they've been a part of, based on just how close they are, how much fun they're having, and how much respect they have for one another. So that's a great sign, and now's time to really put our heads down and dig in.
All right. So Friday, May 11th, the Tigers taking the field inside Johnny Unitas Stadium. They will play the 3 o'clock game either against Wagner or Mercer. That, obviously, the opponent will be determined later. So come out and support the Tigers, and also take in some extra lacrosse, as Richmond and Northwestern will play at 6 o'clock. For ticketing information, head over to TowsonTigers.com. Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thanks. We're excited.
And thank you, fans, for joining us. For head coach Sonia LaMonica, I'm Ben Rosenbaum, and as always, go Tigers.